What's up, dudes? How y'all doing today? Winter75. Guys, I'm back for another video. Don't know what you could call this video. Maybe a bit of a rant for me, plus a reaction to the game that's obviously just kicked off. I'll get to the Hibs game in a minute. Obviously, you know, the full-time whistle has just gone. But obviously, I wanted to speak about a few things that have happened during the week. Obviously, in Scottish football, it's been a bit of a turbulent week, shall we say. Obviously, there's been a lot of upheaval this week, obviously, surrounding the Scottish Cup fixture between Rangers and Kilmarnock. I think it was on Wednesday night. And obviously Steve Clarke came out in the paper this week saying that Scottish football is still in the dark ages where sectarianism is concerned. Somebody called him a Fenian bastard, which is, in my eyes, quite unacceptable, to be honest. That kind of language shouldn't be anywhere near football. In my eyes, never mind in Scottish football, it shouldn't be anywhere near football in my opinion. But anyway, it's a different story. I have to say, first and foremost, fair play to Steve Clarke for coming out and saying what he said in the paper this week. You know, saying that sectarianism is a stain on Scottish football, really, and he's spot on in my eyes. And the thing that gets me quite a wee bit about the whole thing is the fact that this is still being treated as a Scottish football problem. It's for the whole of Scottish football. It's not really for the whole of Scottish football, let's be honest. To me, it's a West of Scotland problem. It's purely an old firm problem. You know, these two teams are still in the 1600s in my eyes. You know, I don't think they're ever going to change. They are, by all intents and purposes, they're quite embarrassing for Scottish football. I'm not saying that there's not good on either side. I know Rangers fans who are, you know, really decent football fans who purely just say that, you know, they're there to support the team. It's nothing to do with religion or anything like that. And then obviously you get the flip side of the coin where people are just all about religion. It's all about calling people Tims, Proddies, Catholics, everything like that. And to be quite honest with you folks, it's absolutely, it's ridiculous. It shouldn't be happening in this day and age, but unfortunately, you know, it is. I don't really know what the clubs can do about tackling this problem. Things at the end of the day that they've probably already done in the past, but until people actually really start taking this on board, it's never ever going to change. A concept that actually I thought would be quite a good one, and I just want to gauge opinions here. Maybe I'm completely a wee bit left field here, maybe I'm completely out of whack for saying it, but I'll say it anyway. I truly believe that if there's an instant in a Scottish football match where there is sectarian or bigotry, that any sectarian singing or bigotry that's involved, the team involved should really get points deducted, because in my opinion the problem would stop. A lot of things that were brought up obviously from the Kilmarnock game, as well as the standard of refereeing in this country. I'm not going to say that the standard of refereeing in this country is good. It's absolutely abysmal. It's absolutely abysmal. I'm not going to go as far as to say I think the SFA or the referees are corrupt, as I've heard a lot of people saying, and a lot of people saying rightly as well. You know, they throw out quite a lot of examples from both sides of the argument, both sides towards the old firm, and both sides against them. You know, they throw out a lot of interesting arguments, but to me, the standard of refereeing in Scotland is absolutely abysmal. There was talk of foreign referees coming in, and to be quite honest, I'd be up for that. I really would, because if you remember correctly, there was a couple of years ago where the Scottish referees actually went on strike, and the SFA drafted in referees from all over. I remember them being from Lithuania, Latvia, Iceland, Faroe Islands, all these kind of places, and they came over to Scotland and refereed matches. And I have to say, I remember being at Easter Road for one of these games. I can't remember where the referee was from, but the standard of refereeing was bloody fantastic, to be honest. So, in my opinion, would it be a worthwhile chance to get foreign referees in to referee matches? To be quite honest, I think it's certainly an option, to be honest. I've heard people saying that the SFA should, you know, there's parts of it that should be disbanded. I'm not going to get into that. I've heard the people saying that the referees should be made to tell you who they support, which again I think is quite justified, to be honest. I think that's going to be at a point where that it just just for fairness, just for, in my opinion, just for total fairness. I mean, we're not going to, I don't know what we can do to try and get the balance right between all clubs, but it'll never happen. The balance, I don't think, will ever be restored. It will always be Celtic and Rangers above everybody else. I think you need to accept that where Scotland is concerned. I'm not saying that in the future I wouldn't like to see a team like Hibs, Aberdeen, Kilmarnock, you know, really put the money where the mouth is and go for a right title push. Is that going to happen anytime soon? Probably not, because as has been demonstrated by both Hearts, Aberdeen and Kilmarnock this season, you know, it seems to be that these teams get really, really good starts. Hearts are a prime example, and then they fall away. The form goes, injuries come in, suspensions happen, and then the next thing you know, you play the old firm and it just doesn't go your way. So, would I like to see it happen? Probably. Is it ever going to happen? Probably not. But that's really been the week in Scottish football. Getting back to tonight's game, positive performance by Hibs, especially for the fact, in my opinion, I don't think we started the game very, very well. I don't think we started the game to any real standard, to be honest. I think that it took us about 20 minutes to really get going, but once we got the ball down, started playing, got the ball in behind the line, it was a really good performance. McNulty and Flo were linking up really, really well. Mallon played really well, scored a fantastic goal. Rocky had a quiet night. The defence had a relatively quiet night. I'm not going to slaughter the defence because, you know, I've said quite a lot about the Hibs defence recently that I'm not quite comfortable with going in about it again. I think that Darren McGregor's maybe getting a wee bit past it now. For me, you know, he was a wee bit poor tonight in terms of the equalising goal. You know, bear in mind they had 10 men on the pitch. You know, they had a man down and they still scored. Paul Hanlon, for me, as much as he's a Scottish Cup winning legend, he keeps the ball away for me too many times. Again, maybe I'm just being really nitpicky. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm over-examining things. But I just think that these are kind of things that against better teams we're going to get punished by. But maybe again I'm being a wee bit glass half empty kind of guy. In terms of the future, obviously we've got a really, really big game against St Johnstone on Wednesday night, and then we play Rangers the following Friday, I think. Don't quote me on name, but the St Johnstone game is a massive 6-pointer in my eyes. You know, we're back in at the top 6 now on virtual goal difference. It would be really great if we could put some distance between us and them. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. So hopefully, you know, look into next week and then look into the Rangers game. Hopefully we can keep up this good bit of form. That's 3 consecutive wins. 2 under the new boss, who, you know, again, I can't really give a big opinion on him because unfortunately it's still not his team. We're going to have to wait until the summer till he brings in his own players. But on the footballing side of things, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Hopefully, you know, this carries on. You know, Flo seems to have got a wee lease of life now, the same way Darryl Horgan as well. Stephen Mallon seems to be a wee bit more confident as well. So hopefully, you know, this carries on. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you for enjoying listening to me rant and rave and trying to make as much sense out of me as possible. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel, MoneyMinter75. Click the bell icon beside the subscribe button. That will let you know when I upload. And that being said, guys, just enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your Sunday, and we'll see you next week. Come on the Hibs. See you later.